Hello and welcome to the Force Agile toolbox of techniques to prioritize work and tasks. And in this series of small short videos, we will give you information on how to select the right technique to the right type of prioritization that you need in order to optimize value. So no matter what business you are in, no matter what you are doing in a team, individual, or on a strategic level, or at a very operational level, you need to prioritize in order to do the right things to get work done that creates most value for your organization and for the customers. And when we at Force Agile are visiting and working with customers, we often see a lack of prioritization and a more ad hoc way of doing things. And that's why we have created this series of prioritization videos for you to understand that it's quite easy to do the right things at the right time if you have the support of the right tools. So that's the reason we have made this video. And first of all, let me say that prioritization is done on all levels within an organization. You need to select and prioritize the strategy to go for in the company or the organization in order to get the work done that matters most to your customers. You also need an operational consequence of the strategic prioritization, which again means to prioritize the operational things that needs to be done. And also when we go down to the individual or team level, we need to do prioritizations of tasks and synchronize these prioritizations among the teams in order to get the work done. So when do we prioritize? Well, in some businesses, you do prioritization on a continuous basis. For example, in a customer service environment, you have job tickets that need your attention and your prioritization in order to provide the right prioritized service to the customers in need of that service. You also have periodical prioritizations, like for example in an agile team where you have a backlog of prioritizations and you pick them according to the capacity in the team. A third example is prioritizations when you need to adapt to change. For example, if you have changes in customer needs, or you have some innovation initiatives that need to be prioritized, or there are technology changes that need your attention and your prioritization. And a fourth one is correcting priorities. When you have done things not in the best possible way, you may need to correct the prioritization in order to recalculate what to do first. That can be, for example, when a new initiative comes in and you prioritize it and it changes the relative priority among the tasks that you have set up to undertake. So that's kind of situations where you want to prioritize. So how do we prioritize? Well, we prioritize by taking the tasks or the things that need your attention and prioritize them relative to each other. That's why you cannot use different techniques on the same set of tasks. So you need to apply the same prioritization techniques in order to have a relevant set of tasks. And if you change priority, you need to reprioritize the tasks as well. So, and what you tend to do is to use a technique to prioritize the work according to the level that is you are operating in. For example, typically some prioritization techniques are very well suited for team working, for application development, or for any kind of prioritization in a very operational level. And then at the strategic level, you will have some other tools that are very, very handy and good to make the kind of prioritizations needed. So in this series, we will go through 12 different prioritization techniques, and they will be suited for different kinds of applications and scoping. For example, some are very strategic, relevant to strategic prioritization, some are very operational in nature, some handles complex situations where there is no obvious prioritization, and some do have customer centricity in mind as well as urgency in general. So these 12 prioritization techniques will be explained by classifying them according to these belongings that I have shown you here. So please remember before you go further on that use a relevant small set of metrics when you prioritize. Don't make it more complex than necessary. And if you don't already do that, ensure that customer value is amongst the top priorities, because that is ultimately what you want to gain, customer value in whatever you are doing. Remember also that prioritization is a teamwork. So by doing prioritizations for yourself may be good for an individual type of business, but in a corporation, in an organization, you need to involve the team in order to get the best arguments for how to prioritize whatever you are doing. And make it as simple as possible so that you know exactly what to do in the best and most efficient manner. And the last thing, don't forget about costs and investments. There may be workaround, there may be things that you can do when you prioritize that will enable you to achieve the goals without adding more cost than absolutely necessary. So that is our first episode. In the next, I will give you an overview of the 12 prioritization techniques, and then in a 2 or 3 minutes videos I will explain each of them in more detail. So remember to subscribe to this channel and get all the information you need to start prioritization of whatever matters most in your team, in your organization, at the strategic level or at the operational level. Thank you for your attention.